Who's this? Oh, yeah, if you haven't seen No Text to Speech, you should probably check him out. I saw the thumbnail for this, and I was like, I want to take a look real quick. Also, how you doing? How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? So yeah, let's take a look at this real quick. And as a boy who was once going through puberty himself, God, this is probably gonna be really bad. It's like it's shit on disc.
One of my viewers stumbled across one of the most depraved Discord servers that I have ever seen. It's called the Boys Puberty Center, which
already sounds like a fucking problem, right?
Is a Discord server for boys to talk, ask questions, and help when it comes to the topic of puberty. We have excellent staff. We'll see about that. This server is for people aged 13 to 17, so please only join if you're between those ages. This server is either a nice, peaceful education server, or it's a trap set up by Mr. Epstein himself. So I think it's time for me to put...
Okay, so put your money on what you're thinking right now in the comments. Boys Puberty Center. If you saw Boys Puberty Center and then read that and then know what Discord is, tell me, is anyone thinking that this is an education server? Right, I'm glad everyone said no. I'm glad everyone said no.
Put on my hazmat suit and see what's up in the Boys Puberty Center Discord server. Now, for me, this is like going to the zoo and observing the creatures of Discord, which there are plenty
100%.
of. I don't want to interact with these people, and I don't want you to...
Chat, you want to know what I'm mad at?
In the Boys Puberty Center Discord server. Now, for me, this is like going to the zoo and observing the creatures of
this very jacket that this gentleman is wearing right here, this very fucking jacket. I remember when I was in high school, I saw 8 or 9 different dudes wearing this fucking thing. And my God, is it awful. And just seeing this now, it's just, God, brings back so much cringe. It was never me, but unfortunately, I knew the people who were wearing this type of shit. And dear God. Just going back and looking at it just makes me feel terrible.
Discord, which there are plenty of. I don't want to interact with these people, and I don't want you to interact with these people. So do not join the server and do not harass anyone. Alright, so when I first joined the server, I need to do verification, of course. I need to become a verified member to access the rest of the server. I need to fill out an application with Appy, and I need this role to access NSFW topics. Okay, you know, puberty, I guess, could be NSFW. But then there's another application to gain the NSFW role, because with this role, once I complete the application, I unlock topics such as self-wrestling, bumpin' uglies, and intercourse DLC. And by the way, they didn't censor these. I had to use a Chrome plugin to censor all these bad words, so I didn't, paint the walls with my brains while editing this video. And just when I thought things couldn't get worse, you can see there's another...
Also, you know how weird it is that there's an NSFW role, and you specifically are talking about people that are underage? This is very fucking weird, dude.
Application.
Hold on.
For...
read the requirements to gain this role. Your account must be at least a month old, and you must be active in the server for at least a week. This is talking in the server, being verified for a week, and gaining roles which are verified at NSFW. Here you will get access to topics such as I mean, I feel like we can figure that out, right? I feel like we can, and you can play. Wait, there's games, and you can play games like Truth or Dare. There are new rules for this category, so please read them.
The trusted NSFW role. What am I getting myself into here? Well, to get this role, my account needs to be at least a month old, which is not hard at all. I need to be in the server for at least a week, and I need to be active for that week. And what do I get when I get this trusted NSFW role? Well, I gain access to topics, such as the anime women with invisible clothing, and the normal women with invisible clothing. Oh, but that's not all. You can also play games like Truth or Dare. What the
This is weird.
Am I getting myself into? All right, before I make assumptions, right? Let's just at least get access to this.
See, he might not make assumptions, but I'm going to make assumptions. Disgusting. Like, this is already a problem, but all right.
So I had to go through the application, which also forced me to read their rules a whole bunch of times because apparently people don't read their rules, and the rules are pretty straightforward. Don't be judgmental. Don't argue. Don't trade indecent photos of yourself to others in DMs. And finally, rule 6, no girls. It reminds me of like an edgy teenager that on their bedroom door they have no girls allowed. But hey, this rule might actually make sense because it might prevent people trying to e-date and all that stuff. So I don't know, we'll see. So anyways, I did this application with my very very obvious alt account, like really obvious alt account, like this could be anyone, like a 50-year-old man. And my application was processed in 2 minutes. So I was now verified in the boys' puberty center. And since I've been through puberty, maybe I could be an expert and just see the quality of information being shown in this server. But first, I needed to fit in, so I decided to give myself some roles. And the roles I can pick are my age. We have 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18.
Hold on. Why is this here? You said you said no one over this age. Fucking freak.
18 plus, so anyone that picks the 18 plus role should get banned, right? Well, 25 people did. But just when you thought that was bad, the next role that I need to pick is cut or uncut.
Hey, yo! Hold on. Hey, yo. Most of the people in here are 15. Let's just hear for a second. Let's just believe that everyone here is telling the truth. Is this not concerning?
Role should get banned, right? Well, 25 people did. But just when you thought that was bad, the next role that I need to pick is cut or uncut. Am I team hoodie or team crewneck?
Well, I mean, team European or team American.
But then after that, things are smooth sailing. You have roles about your sexuality. You have roles about what your continent is. You have color roles. You have a V-card role. Now, just with this being an option, I feel like either I'm about to dive into the most down bad Discord server on planet Earth, or maybe this is used to help ease people's insecurities. And well, there's only one way to find out, by diving deeper into this iceberg. And to do that, I decided to take a look at the announcements. And the announcements are actually pretty good. We have this guy named Joker, who is the owner of the Discord server, giving us fantastic advice. When referring to photos of yourself online, once someone has it, everyone does. And chances are you probably got tricked into sending it to a 50-year-old. But when there's good advice, there's also announcement pings like this. Feel free to join another good puberty server that revolves around intercourse DLC and friction generation techniques. I do not know what the point of the server is. It's either going to be positive and helpful, teaching you good advice, or...
I wouldn't be surprised if this is a funnel to something like this, where a lot of worse shit happens.
It's just gonna be a cesspool. And well, to figure that out, we need to see the people that are on the server by looking at the intros channel. And one of the intros caught my eye, because we have this person here who is 18. But hear me out for a second. Because they were in the old server when they were 17 at the time, it's all good, boyos. Don't have to worry about it. Now, thankfully for my sanity, or maybe this guy grew up and grew a frontal lobe and used it for once, they actually left the server. So good on them. But it turns out this topic of growing up from 17 to 18 is a controversial opinion, because it turns out if someone turns 18, they will have to leave, but some people have exceptions.
What do you mean by that?
But since we were talking about the intros channel, let's see what other channels this server has to offer. We have general chat channels like sports, hobbies, music, memes. There's a venting channel. I am not touching that with a 10-foot pole. No, I don't want to hear teenagers be like, my life sucks. Bro, it's just hormones. It'll be fine. Nothing in terms of actually helping puberty. We're teasing a little bit.
Excuse me?
And then there's this fit check channel, and this fit check channel genuinely almost made me cancel the video because how much I hated myself. But there's this one guy here who uses fit check as like a thirst trap. Genuinely, they would not send any other photo other than their abs. It turns out they only find feminine gay guys here, and they want a masculine one, which makes me think the server really isn't about puberty and is more about e-dating, which is a recipe for disaster. Now, you know what? Maybe this guy was breaking the rules, right? Because there was a message by the owner saying that this is not the place to get boyfriends. This is not a dating server. Remember, guys, not a dating server. But using the...
I was about to say, look at him putting his foot down in this weird, depraved-ass channel. Look at him. Look at
Cord plugin show hidden channels. There's a channel called Just Us, which is the owner and the admin who are e-dating. And this is just the red flags that contribute to how the server gets even worse. Because you'll see, I'm on the before depression category, but when I open up the regret of my Chrome tabs, you can see things really just go downhill. Because remember this application, the verification to gain the NSFW role? Well, sir, yes, sir, I completed the application for it, and I got accepted. And that's when I truly did lose my will to live. Because what this did is it started opening up channels of doing the naughty, confessions and questions. I can't think of any another analogy for the word feta.
So out of these three, right, we can make assumptions, right? Out of these three, I'm saying that this one is the worst. So yeah, this is weird, right? This is also weird. But when you start getting comfortable and open and people start confessing things, Jesus Christ. Jesus, Monty could have still right there.
Itches. I have an allergy to feta. Oh, and by the way, all these channels above that I didn't even talk about yet, these were unlocked when I made it past the first stage of verification. You know, you got the parts, you got the underwear, you got the you shaving, hormones, Right now, Pandora's box is opened, and I'm gonna show you what's inside of it. Because the first message that I saw when I joined this server is someone saying that you can do the naughty without having to worry about pregnancy. So we just straight up have bad advice.
We're just lying
and
out
really,
here.
That was most of the advice that I found on this server, because 95% of the
wait a minute. Oh, hey, can you have sex without worrying of pregnancy with a girl at least? Already fucking insane. This bitch, how the fuck should I have sex? How? It's probably supposed to be cool. No one wants me. You gotta love that. You gotta love that. Nothing makes a woman's panties wet than that self-deprecating, fucking nice guy. No one wants me type shit. This is beautiful.
Advice. And really, that was most of the advice that I found on this server, because 95% of the messages that are sent on this server are degeneracy. We have this message from the owner here asking if they should stay bushy, trim, or shave. Every single thing I have done in my life has led up to me looking at this message and reading it. Where did things go wrong? And we start sinking deeper and deeper into the iceberg, because someone asks, why isn't adult content allowed here? Because the owner says that we're sinking deeper and deeper into the iceberg because someone asked.
Okay, Joker, I have a small question. May I ask why penis isn't allowed here? Like adult? It just popped into my head. Don't worry. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. But also, fair enough, Joker, is because the server for below 18s. Fair enough. Can't even be mad. Look at him. There he is again, putting his foot down. Maybe he's not as well. Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna say that. This dude's a fucking freak.
Asks, why isn't adult content allowed here? Because the owner says that content is for 18+. Yet, oh so conveniently, they have a hentai channel. I think the brain rot hit these guys hard, and I don't have to think. It did hit them hard, because through one of the conversations, they said that they can shoot far, and they reckon it could go over their head. This one person said, my brother can. Why are you talking about your brother?
How do you know that?
Okay, take a step back for a second. To send any of the messages that you see on my screen right now, you had to think about what you wanted to type. You had to go into the chat bar. You had to start typing. You had to read your message and then consciously press the enter key to send this message. And somehow, through all those steps...
See, there's that, but then there's also this. I mean, like, on one hand, I kind of get this conversation, because I've had this conversation before with my friends that are like, I think the youngest friend I have is like 25. So, kind of as like a joke. But then you see this, and then it's on Discord. It makes everything so much worse.
They still sent the message. Oh, and by the way, we're just in the Wiener channel. When you get to the Friction Generation channel, it gets even worse. Because there's this one message that I saw where someone literally just said that they busted.
Proof! That's all I saw. That's literally all I saw.
People just pulling up, they announce, boys, I just cleaned the pipes. Let's go. And they all say that they all did. This Discord server is genuinely a mistake. They're asking for proof. This fella here could be 50 years old. This fella here could be 13. Do you not see a problem with this? Anyways, if you can stomach more, it's getting worse. Because this one person is talking about how they made a circle with their friends sometimes, and apparently the owner did as well. It's fun. What the f is going on? Right, let's take a step back. Maybe these guys.
Okay, that just all of that, and then you got to put this. Not lies, just lies.
They're just freaky.
Okay, then.
There's something going on in this generation that I don't understand. But there is a concerning trend that I saw with people's messages, and it's the fact that it involves the two letters DM. This person's talking about how their gyat is supreme, and that someone should DM them for reference. You can see how this is an issue, right? Minors sending photos to potentially minors or potentially 50-year-olds. There was someone who was concerned about size stuff, and apparently they can talk here or they can go to DMs. There's no way for anyone to tell if this person
is insane.
Who they say they are. Another message from someone saying, DM me if you want to see the Woody hoodie. You might ask, what is the Woody hoodie? Well, there's a TikTok of it, and it's basically a little hoodie that you put on your Woody. This is not an advertisement. Do not buy this. No one will find it attractive. This could be people breaking rules because the owner of the server is saying, do not show this in DMs. So the rules are being enforced, but there's a case where someone said, I wish y'all could see this. This person is also deleted, so...
Good.
that could mean something. And they said, my DMs are open for pics. And
Jesus
if you
Christ.
scroll down, the owner says they're banned, which is good. Cleaning up all the weirdos.
Huh.
And it turns out a day later, they're sending a message again. They were not banned. This server genuinely does not feel like an education server, and it feels like a lawless wasteland that is a haven for creeps. And it's hard to tell who's involved with it because I'm going to do society a favor by blurring this whole entire conversation that I'm about to go through, but basically it's someone who's asking how to suffocate the rooster. And this whole conversation is the owner explaining in detail how to do it. Why do you need a handwritten tutorial on how to do something this simple? I do not think this server is meant for good. I think it is fulfilling some sort of weird, disgusting fantasy that's
Just
in this.
get a shock, awe, befuddled, bewildered, flummoxed. These are all words that I would apply to right now. Holy fucking shit. So as terrible as this is also just another indictment on just sexual education literally everywhere. Mostly in America, but almost everywhere. Holy shit, what the fuck is this, dude? I don't know, like, oh my god, whatever, dude.
This dude's head. And things get even worse because I'm opening up the I hate myself category of my Chrome tabs. There's a situation where someone was showering a few days ago and someone noticed that down there it was itchy and there were little red bumps. So these guys are going through an interrogation on what's going on, asking for a picture on Google. And the reason why they're asking for a picture on Google is, let me read this from the owner, because sadly it's illegal to ask you for
what you mean sadly?
Sadly.
What do you mean? That's a keyword. I'm glad you highlighted. What you mean sadly? Check his hard drive. Chat. Check his hard drive.
That's the bad thing about underage pics. They're saying this is a bad thing because they can't actually diagnose people and see what's up. You are not a fucking doctor. This is behavior that you would see from someone that is 50 years old. And it gets even worse. I was looking through the owner's messages and I found this one here. Lower age of consent.
Yep.
Am I wrong?
Yep.
Lower from...
Yep. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? You could check they checked his logs. They're weird. Check his goddamn computer. Bailiff, whack his pee-pee. That's insane.
16 to 14, because apparently 14 is a peak time for being horned out in your life. And in the same stroke of conversation, if you scroll down, this guy needs help, and he's talking about showing each other, is yours small, and I'm trying to get an understanding, do you want to go to DMs? What the fuck is going on with this server? We have the owner who's trying to lower the age of consent, and right under it we have a dude asking to go to DMs to understand if it's small. But it gets like mentally levels of degeneracy. This is the strangest Discord server I think I've ever seen so far. I remember the first time my dad walked in on me on the shower, and I was scared, but he said he's too stressed to care about what I do. And this guy said, I have a now. Anyways, back to the story of what happened with this
joke,
dude in
right?
the shower.
That's
Well,
a
it
joke?
turns out now they just do it anywhere, no matter who's there. Your dad seems cool.
That's a God. That's such a problem. What the fuck?
Every single person inside of this server are straight up fiends, I tell you. This is the most depraved I have seen, hands down. These people sit on their computer all day, talking all day long about how I whack it here, I whack it there.
Oh, he's about to make a Dr. Seuss poem out of this dude jerking his dick everywhere. This is such a fucking problem. Oh my god. What do you do? Like, what do you do in a situation like this? Because if you just ban it, it'll come back in some other form or capacity or whatever like that, and it's just like, the world is awful.
There, I whack it anywhere.
I'm just glad
These
this is online.
people are the definition of gooners.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime anyone says gooners, this is gonna pop into my brain like PTSD. What is going on here is not people learning about puberty. It's people building absolutely unhealthy habits that are going to screw you up in the future. Oh, and again, another reminder. We're not even sure if any of these people are teenagers. And this brings me to the final thing I want to talk about. Shutting down the server. Because there is a consistent problem. You've seen all the issues that I've shown you so far. But the owner, it seems like he's oblivious to this, or he's just so far gone in the gooning territory that he can't think straight. He's thinking with the wrong head here. Because it seems like there is a consistent problem. You've seen all the issues that I've shown you so far, but the owner
VIP, uncut, verified, trusted, bisexual, Europe 15. Anyone else? Anyone else a little confused? Anyone else see this and feel like there's a problem? I feel like I don't know. Weird. Something's telling me that like out of all of this, okay.
It seems like he's oblivious to this, or he's just so far gone in the gooning territory that he can't think straight. He's thinking with the wrong head here, because it seems like every single week there's something from the owner saying, stop being so suggestive. Remember your ages. This isn't a down bad server. It's a server about puberty. How many days has it been? It's been 8 days or 7 days. They make another announcement talking about it. This is a problem that is repeatedly happening, and the owner is aware, yet nothing happens. And I don't think this owner's going to shut it down, because he says stuff like this, like, I want to do it. And the final thing with this depraved Discord server that I just want to show you is that someone got warned for being continuously down bad, and apparently it's okay if it's done in moderation. Discord, shut it down. Oh, and by the way, I've been hiding something from you this whole entire video. There's not just one boys puberty center, there are two. Yeah, gamers, I'm gonna be honest, this is enough for me. We've gone too deep in the rabbit hole. Anyways, I already know that no matter how hard I try to censor things, this video is gonna get demonetized. So if you at least enjoyed me exploring the weird side of Discord, at least let me know in the comments, subscribe and all that stuff, and maybe I'll do a little bit more like this. Assuming my will.
Like, that's what I'm saying!
Normal. Anywho, bye-bye, I love you.
So, brother, why? Because I goddamn it, I want to set a good example, because everyone seems to be kind of going at each other's throats now, you know what I mean? Online, whether it be, you know, IRL or some shit like that. And, you know, it's really hard to tell people and get people to understand that maybe men aren't that bad. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're kind of shit. You know what I mean? I'll give that to you. I will give that to you. We're kind of shit. We're kind of shit as all. That's just part of our sign. It was. That kiss was adorable. That's just part of who we are. But then you see shit like this, and it's like, what do I do here, dude? Like, I know it's not my responsibility, but I can't just be like, yeah, dude, I was about to say that, we're just regular dudes. It's just whatever. And then they go online and they see something like this, and it's just like, brother. So you're saying that men are okay, and then you see this shit. I hate my life, bro. Also, there was another video of his that I wanted to go take a look at really quickly. Let me see if I can find it. I did pull it up, but I'm not exactly sure where the fuck it went. Where did it go? Also, how you doing? How you been? Other than this is a fucking problem.